Hello, welcome to After Village Kitchen. Again, I hope you are enjoying my channel so far. If you are, don't forget to subscribe, recommend, like, share, comment. I always love to hear from you. So today I am making Nkati. Nkati means groundnut and palmnut soup. So it is Nkati Nkwan in Ghana, in my Akan language, Nkati. So it is simple. You can use any kind of meat or protein that you prefer. I love my goat meat, so in my pot I've got some goat meat with some cow foot. If you want to know how I process and cook my cow foot, please follow my Instagram channel. On my story highlights, there is a clip on how you process your cow foot. It's so easy, you won't believe it. And plus, you take so much of the fat out of the cow foot, so you know you're having the flavor instead of all that fat that comes with it. So in my pot, I've got a bit of goat meat, which I have seasoned with ginger, garlic, and onions from my Ghana Trio Plus One. If you want to know how to make this blends, there's a video on my channel. Do have a look. It's so easy, and it makes your life in the kitchen stress-free. So basically what I did was, before I went to bed, the night before today, I actually just put my meat in my pot and I seasoned it with my ginger, garlic, and onion. And it was so easy. Within a minute I was done. It was back in the fridge, and now that I'm ready to cook, it's so easy. And what the other spice I'm going to use is my Ghanaian 7-spice blend. It will be coming your way soon. I haven't started selling it yet, but it's coming your way soon. It's filled with earthy spices like wintia, pepper, widiaba. So it adds an extra bit of flavor. And the other ingredient is peanut butter. You can't have Nkati without peanut butter or groundnut paste. I'm not using the peanut butter for spread. This is actually homemade peanut butter, and it's quite spicy. I added a lot of earthy spices to it. So if you don't have it, you can use your normal groundnut paste. You can find it from your African shop. You don't want to use the peanut butter spread that you get from the mainstream shops. That has too much sugar. And the other ingredients for our soup is, of course, our palmnut. We cannot have Nkati without palmnut. So the interesting thing about this palmnut I have in my pot here is I used this palmnut puree. This is from Palmnut Puree, and I used this to make my palmnut oil. There's a video up on my channel. Have a look how to make palmnut oil at home. With all these issues about palmnut oil, you don't really, if you're not comfortable buying palmnut oil from the shops, by all means make your own. It's so easy. So instead of throwing this away, it's going to go in my pot of soup. And in our Ghanaian soups, we have, for this, I'm using some tomatoes, just 4 small ones, onions, more onions, some pepper, some ginger, and lots of garlic. So these ginger, garlic, onions I would say they are good. Add quite a bit into your soups. It makes it really, really tasty. Sometimes people think, oh, my soup is not tasty. It's because you're not using enough of these ingredients. Plus, they are so good for your health. Ginger is good. There are so many health benefits of ginger, garlic, all the natural spices. I love using natural spices because I'm getting lots of natural, natural stuff into my body. Plus, the health benefits of these spices are fantastic. If you want to know about the health benefits of these spices, go to my website www.aftervillagekitchen.com. There is a section under blogs where you find all this knowledge bank information. So yes, by all means do. And of course, I've added some salt. I really like to season my meat really well with salt, so that whilst it's cooking in the soup and you know, you bulk up the soup with all your liquid, the flavors get diffused into the soup. So when you don't season your meat really well, at the end of your soup, when your soup is cooked, you find that you have tasteless meat. So it's better to really season your meat really well with salt and your spices, and as it cooks, when it diffuses into the soup, you still have enough flavor left in your meat. Alright, so we'll get cooking. So I've got my pot on and I've added in already my 7-spice blend, which is wonderful. The smell that's coming out is so amazing. To this, I'm going to add in my peanut paste. Why am I doing this? I normally would blend my peanut paste, add it in after I've added in my tomatoes and onion blend. But today I am doing it this way because I already have my palm nuts cooked, because I used it to make my palm nut oil. So the palm nut puree is almost cooked. So I want this peanuts or groundnut paste to cook well and to cook whilst I'm steaming the meat. And I'm not blending it with water because I don't want to add water while steaming my meat. So this peanut paste, I'll just leave it in here. It will cook whilst the meat is also steaming. And to it, I'm going to add in my tomatoes. I'm not adding any water. The meat is just going to season or steam in its own juice. So I'm adding my stuff, my onions, tomatoes, pepper, the ginger, and the garlic. The smell already is amazing. It's amazing. So all you do is cover it and allow the tomatoes, ginger, and the veggies that you have added in to soften up. Once it softens up, we'll take it out, blend it, and put it back in. So after about 15 minutes, my tomatoes, onions, garlic, and ginger have softened up. So what you do is to take them out and put it in a blender, because you're going to blend it and put it back in. So I'm going to take out the tomatoes, ginger, garlic, onions. Normally you would take out the pepper as well to blend it in, but I'm using a very spicy peanut butter. It's got lots of pepper in it and I don't want my soup to be too peppery. So I'm just going to leave the pepper, fresh pepper, unblended, and if I need it a bit later and I feel I want that extra pepper, I will add it and blend it in. Okay, make sure you've got all your veggies out. Fish them out, okay? Fish them out of your soup. So you see, I didn't add any water in here. So all the water that has been generated is coming from the meat, the juices of the meat, and it's steaming nicely. It's smelling so good. I wish you can smell. And here's my peanuts in here, still cooking. I'll mix it in later. I just want it to cook nicely. If you want, you can, I'll mix it in later, but at this stage you can mix it in with a bit of juice you have, but I'll mix it in really well once I have my onions and tomatoes blended and I want to add it in, and I'm adding it in. I'll mix it all up nicely. So it's now time to blend up my tomatoes and add it back in. So I've got my tomatoes blended and I add it in. Rinse out your blender with a bit of water and add it back in. Cooking disasters, they happen sometimes. So once it's in, stir it nicely and I will let this cook for another possibly 5 to 10 minutes. I want it to stew nicely, and because I've got the nuts, the ground nuts in, you see that a layer of oil will start to form. Then I know it's kind of cooked. Yeah, okay, so cover it and let it stew nicely, and then we'll add in our palm nut. So we are back, and as I was telling you, the oil has begun to form. So I know my tomatoes, my peanuts have stewed really well. It gives it a good taste when you let that happen. So now it's time to add in my palm nut, which I have cooked really well. So this soup is almost cooked once you add this in. But as you can see, this is too thick. It's too thick. I don't like my soup this way. You may prefer it that way, but I would say water it down a bit to make it a little bit more lighter. And I'll let it simmer for a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's about okay, because it's going to simmer down gently and it's going to thicken up a bit more. So at this point, you can have a taste for your salt. This tastes so good. I think it doesn't even need any more salt. I'll hold on to adding salt at this stage, because as it steams or simmers down, the flavors will intensify, and if there are any salt in there, it's going to intensify. So don't add any salt. Wait till it's cooked. When it's cooked and you have a taste and you want a bit more salt, just add in your salt to correct the seasoning, and then cook it for about 5 minutes and you are done and ready to serve. So my palmnut soup is almost done. All I need to do is half cover it and let it simmer down gently on a very low heat, and it's ready to serve with your fufu, rice, mutuo, kenke, banku, anything that you want. You can also add, I love mushrooms, and you can add mushrooms in here. Basically any kind of combination, meat combination or protein combination that you like, you can add it in. And you can also serve it with some beans, boiled black-eyed beans or peas, and some contomere, cocoyam leaves sliced into it and boiled with it at the last minute, so that you have all the nutrients retained. And that is also another, it's called Nkati konto be. In konto is the contomere, so Nkati konto be. But without it, you can have your Nkati konto. So, sorry, you can have your Nkati be, like I am making right now. There are so many options. So experiment, feel free to twist it up a bit, change it to your like. And yeah, I would love to hear from you when you cook this. Thank you for watching my channel. Hope you enjoyed it and you loved my method. If you do try my method, always let me hear from you. And yes, like, comment, share my channel, please. Thank you very much. Bye.